The weather had been really good for van life this October in southern Ontario, but as November has progressed, it's gotten cloudier and colder. Why can't the good times last forever? Today's Friday, the 29th of November, and the forecast for the next 4 days is nothing but wind, clouds, cold, and snow. By late Sunday, it's expected that some areas around here will get over 40 centimeters of snow, which is over a foot. But if you've lived in southern Ontario for as long as I have, you know that sometimes the forecasts get it wrong. The days come and go, and not really a lot of snow ends up falling. But I will be keeping an eye on the radar regardless, because I do have a solar panel on the roof, and I want it to remain clear of snow in case we get sun, so I can keep my battery charged. That's why I got one of these little thingies. Regardless of however much snow ends up falling, because it's already so cold, my battery is refusing to charge. That's what that E007 code means. That means that the battery has reached too cold of a temperature to accept any charge. Now the battery has to reach about 10 degrees Celsius before it will take in any charge. You probably can't see this very well here, but I'll unplug the solar panel. See, now it went down to 0 there, but if I plug it back in, all I get is an error. It's too cold, it will not charge. How much of a problem that ends up being, I don't know. We'll find out as the days go on. However, we can still use the battery to charge devices like our phones and the computers and stuff like that. Just as long as it remains this cold, the battery just won't take any charge in. We should have enough charge to get us through about 4 days, which today being Friday morning should get us to, so Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday night. So by Tuesday morning, we should be more or less okay. But it's gonna remain this cold until then. So I don't know. Hey everybody, so it is Saturday morning. That's really bright. So it's Saturday morning, and I don't even need to pull out my measuring tape to see how much snow there is because there hasn't been any. That's why I was saying to not believe the hype, because sometimes nothing really happens. It did snow north of here. It looks like there could be snow eventually, but as of now, there's nothing. But just because there's no snow doesn't mean that we don't have challenges. It has been cold. Cosmo is wrapped in his blanket right now. I'll get some footage of that. And don't worry, he's not dead. He's just really, really sleepy right now. And I mentioned yesterday about how the battery refused to charge. So today what I did, probably a fire hazard. But as you can see, this here is a heated blanket. So I turned that on max for about an hour, and that warmed the blanket enough, or the battery enough, to start charging. Oh, we're back up to 5 bars. 4 bars rather. Oh, 3. Why would it lie to me? I'll wait until I see 4. Okay, well, the viewer will not wait, so I'm pretty sure I saw 4. Jamie, can you run it back? Anyways, now it's warmed up enough that it's taking some charge. As you saw before, it's not really sunny, but there's enough coming through the clouds to charge a little bit, which is something. The only question is, did I use more power to allow the battery to charge than I will collect throughout the day? I don't know. Ah, see, I knew it was going up to 4 bars. It was trying to make a liar out of me. And taking in 64 watts. By the time I turned off the heated blanket, it had gone down to 3 bars. So hopefully this means that it's possibly made up some of that. I don't know. I'm with Cosmo, just waiting for my wife to get back from the store. She's buying, oh yeah? Oh. She's gonna get us some groceries. We're gonna head, all right, he wants to drive. We're gonna head to my parents' house for a couple of days while we wait on a diesel heater. Because last year we didn't really do any winter weather in the van. We should have. Honestly, we got a little bit lazy and we didn't experiment with that. So this year we set out trying to see what our limits were. Come on, you can't be showing everybody your underbelly like that. So last year we didn't do any van life in the winter. This year, we've gone, I think it went like to -7. He's intrigued by the seagulls. It went to -6 or 7 last night. The windshield on the inside was frozen. And according to the thermometer thingy that I have, I think it was -2 in here, possibly -3. So it was cold. He actually stays warm. If you're worried about him, don't worry. We're always touching him, checking him to see if he's warm. He's been fine. Don't worry. If you're already type in, oh, it's animal cruelty, you should see how he treats us. Yeah. Tell him, Cosmo. So we looked into what are some things we could do to make van life better or doable in Southern Ontario. The first thing that we thought of was to rearrange everything, take everything out, all the cabinets, switch it out. If we have to rebuild cabinets, we'll do it. And then that way at the very back, we could have a wood stove. That was the first thing we went to. That would be a lot of work. But then we realized, okay, so you know what? Maybe we'll try a diesel heater. I had never looked up the price of these things. I found one not very expensive. So we ordered it, and I'll try to see where we can fit it, how they work. So for now, that's the plan. Go to my parents' house, wait 1 or 2 days for the heater to arrive in the mail, see more or less. I know the measurements, so I have already been trying to eye out more or less how I think I can fit it. But once we actually have it, we'll try to see, we'll assemble it, and we'll see, okay, where should it go? Where should the intake and the exhaust be? But that's the plan. If you're maybe in somewhere else in a warmer climate, it's possible that you can do van life in the winter without an issue. But here, it's horrible. Here, it's quite bad. I actually don't mind too much. Everyone has their limits. I feel like I can handle the cold a little bit more. Cosmo, he's a champ. But I don't like to feel. I don't like to feel like my wife is stuck in bed or something because she can't get out and crochet a little bit because she likes to crochet. She's trying to start a little crocheting YouTube channel. So I don't like to feel like it's because of the weather that she can't do anything because she gets too cold, so she has to just sit in bed, like completely frozen. Say hi to the man. He didn't even care. This guy. He just missed out big time. Huge. Okay. So yeah, that's the plan. And I'll update you. That's van life in the winter in Southern Ontario. It's cold. It's cold, snowy. Winter hasn't even officially started, but this is, he almost fell. But this is winter weather. All right, I'm going to stop this before he pees on me or something. All right, guys, so I don't have anything to add because I'm still waiting on the diesel heater to arrive in the mail. But for now, I just wanted to show you some dash cam footage that I got on my way to my parents' house. Here we were at the dog park, and it had snowed this day, so there's quite a bit of snow on the ground. And some of you might know, I've only been driving for under 2 years, and I've never driven in the snow. So on our way out, I decided to try to turn a little aggressively to see if what it would take to get the van to skid, and it just skid a little bit there, as you see. But then I turned a little bit more aggressively to feel the van here, and that definitely felt a little more aggressive. And obviously, I would never do something like that in these conditions on the road. It was really just to feel what it's like and how it would feel in real world scenarios, which will come in handy in just a moment. As you see, on my way to my parents' house, the conditions got much worse. I wasn't really expecting that. And right here, this view of the sun, I don't know if you can see that right there. When I turned into that, I was like, is that the moon? But I'm an idiot sometimes. Okay, that's the sun. It looked pretty apocalyptic to me. But the worst part is right here. So the road started to look a little glazed, which to me means black ice. And everyone else is braking, so I figured, all right, I better start slowing down. So we're all starting to slow down. And this is a slightly sharp turn. It's nothing too bad, but people do usually take this one quite aggressively. So I decided, all right, I'll follow everyone else. I'm going slow. But the worst part is right here. I thought everything was safe and that we had just passed the worst of it. But right here, Right there. It looks small, very gentle on camera, but I lost control just for a second. But I gained control right after. That's the first time that ever happened to me. My heart was racing right here, guys. But I did it. My wife was even telling me, did you do that on purpose? No, I didn't do that on purpose. This is our house. We are in here. I don't want to put us in danger, and I don't want to put our house in danger. But my heart was racing, guys. So stay safe out there. If there's one message in the end of all this, stay safe. But it was kind of fun. See you guys on the next video.